Hello, Big Bear Association of Realtors. I'm Robin Lee, your association executive. Your C.A.R. directors this year, 2020, are your president, Nancy Arand, president-elect, Elaine Euthus, and vice president, Mickey Peterson. We recently returned from our C.A.R. winter meetings in Anaheim. And as always, the week was jam-packed with good information to keep us in compliance and on the cutting edge of policy and legislature that affects us all. I'll be reporting today on MLS, fire insurance, and other important topics that I learned at my AE committee meetings. Let's start with what's on everybody's mind, MLS Clear Cooperation, or at least it should be on your mind. Have you been reading your newsletters? NAR passed a mandated MLS rules change last fall. In a nutshell, you must put your listing in the MLS within 1 business day of publicly marketing the property, which includes a sign in the yard and a lot more other things. We were given a grace period to implement this rule until May 1st. Our MLS committee has been hard at work determining the best method of implementing this rule that will benefit our membership the most. C.A.R.'s MLS committee discussed the mandated rule and basically implemented it into the model rules without many changes. It is still up to the local MLSs to figure this out and make it work with their MLS system. We will have more on this at our March general membership meeting. Make sure you're there. Also, the MLS committee has brought up making buyers, brokers, commissions public information twice now. The first time, it went over like a stinky whiff of gas in church. And surprise, surprise, it went over the same the second time. This has not come up as an action item, it has just been discussion. Believe me, the majority of your fellow realtors are against this, and I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. Next, I'll be talking about fire insurance. We observed a short presentation regarding this, and it's a huge topic in our area, as you know. We heard from an insurance broker, Robert Feldman from Allstate Coast to Canyon, who writes insurance all over the state, along with C.A.R. legal counsel, Jana Gardner. We were educated regarding the fire score that every home is given in the insurance world. It is on a scale of 0 to 30. It cannot be successfully disputed, and it is based on the individual property, not the general area. Every insurance broker should be able to give you the score, and you should ask for a quote on each listing you have, so that the buyers for that listing are not floundering when it comes time to get an insurance quote. It's advised that you partner with an insurance broker who knows the property fire score and gives it to you freely. The California FAIR Plan should not be pushed on your clients. There are other options. C.A.R. has resources on their website, which you should be directed to here. I'll give you some links. If you need more help, please contact me. Now on to my AE committee meetings. Reminder that the Code of Ethics renewing education requirement was extended 1 year. It is now every 3 years. You must complete a qualifying Code of Ethics training on or before December 31st, 2021. If you have questions about what qualifies, please contact me. You can always use the free NAR option. C.A.R. now has an option. And you can satisfy the requirement by completing your C2EX endorsement. If you don't know what that is, call me. We have to talk. CCPA, a new law regarding the consumers getting the option to opt out of you collecting their personal data. This could definitely apply to you, your team, or most definitely your brokerage. Please read our newsletters for more information, or call me if you want me to send you some resources. Finally, the RPA has been under revision for the past year. The Standard Forms Committee seems to be working on nothing else right now. They hope to have the revisions complete by mid-year. I'm hoping to schedule a formal training on the new RPA sometime this year. Keep your eyes peeled for that.
Okay, hello, Big Bear Association. I am actually the regional rep for the Professional Standards Committee and attended the meeting. And there were a few things that we were working on. One of them is there's been a lot of changes on the Professional Standards Code of Ethics Manual, and I do have a PowerPoint that I will be releasing to Robin that explains all of them. And NAR decided to extend our pilot program, C.A.R.'s pilot program, to December 31st, 2020. This pilot program was the one that started in 2016. If you are a realtor member of an association, and either you belong to multiple associations or just one, and you get a code of ethics or a violation, a disciplinary action, suspension or expulsion, that will carry over to the other associations as well. And so what that means is other associations can also act on it, and or these bad apples can't go to other associations once they've been disciplined, and that's great news. There's still a lot of controversy about posting publicly offenders, those that are suspended or expelled, on public websites. And we did bring a motion forward. It was tabled again and referred back to committee, so that's something I will be working on in April. Fair housing discrimination has been a hot topic. There's this documentary called Long Island Divide. I suggest everyone take a look at it. Also, I will be posting that hopefully by next newsletter, a link to it. But I recommend that everyone check it out. It's very eye-opening. And there's going to be fair housing and ethics webinars available at CAR.org. And there will be also training kits are going to be available for brokers. Our action items. We had one action item, and that is that CAR create a peer-to-peer ethics info line to serve CAR members, whereby specially trained realtor volunteers will answer questions by phone from CAR members about the interpretation and application of the Code of Ethics. So it'll be a great resource when we have questions. We can call this hotline. I am also a committee member for the Local Government Committee, and that's basically more of a report type of committee where different local governments, we report on what's going on in our various local governments. Some things that might affect us, most of it was Coastal Commission, things, and that really doesn't affect us up here. But outrageous relocation fees are being imposed. And in the Bay Area, there were a couple of cases where one person had to pay $30,000 in relocation fees, and another, it was going to cost $100,000 to relocate a tenant. And this, of course, this is not going to happen here in those numbers, but just something that we're going to keep an eye on at CAR. Changes to the 2020 Tax Portability Initiative, keep an eye out for that. It was shot down earlier when it was brought forth, but now we've amended it so that it seems to be getting more a favorable response, and that's where anyone that's 55 or older, they can relocate, they can sell their house and buy another house and keep their tax base for their property tax. It used to be that it was unlimited, but now our new initiative says it's limited to 3 times, and you must opt in. It's not automatic. And intergenerational transfers are only good, if you leave your property to your son, daughter, wife, only if it's used as a primary residence, and only up to $1 million. So you can't leave it to your son who then rents it out as a vacation rental. A relative has to move into it as a primary residence. Also, ADU rules, the new statutes are being enforced, and by lawsuits. The Pacific Legal Group, which is a nonprofit, has really stepped forward and sued a couple of cities for not abiding by these new rules. And CA4homes.org, CAFORHOMES.org. For more information, they do have a little PowerPoint that breaks it down very simply, and I recommend that you go to it. I actually have the flyer. Perhaps we can get that on the website as well. And thank you for letting me serve you.
Hi, I have the pleasure of being on the Realtor Action Fund Committee, and if Johnny, if you would play the video right now, that would be great.
You may think that being a realtor only means helping your clients find the property that is right for them. But did you know there are other forces that impact our ability to serve our clients? Every year, we face public policy challenges that could devastate the livelihood of realtors and the real estate industry. The good news is we have the Realtor Action Fund to promote and protect our businesses. The Realtor Action Fund raises money to help promote the values, attitudes, and beliefs of organized real estate. And did you know that every dollar is used to protect and advance realtor interest in government? It is the force behind protecting private property rights on every level. While you are focusing on the issues most critical for your business and your clients, through the Realtor Action Fund, we remain vigilant against potential public policy threats to our industry. Issues like fighting costly and time-consuming point-of-sale bills, fighting independent contractor withholding, fighting statewide service taxes, preserving dual agency, and preserving mortgage interest deduction. Supporting the Realtor Action Fund is not a political decision, but rather an important decision to protect your business. It is the way you can voluntarily join with your colleagues to help elect candidates who support our industry. While these dangers are limitless, our financial resources are not. We need you to become a contributor today. By contributing to the Realtor Action Fund, you are part of the team that is helping to protect private property rights and creating the opportunity to help someone achieve home ownership. Realtor Action Fund, fighting for our profession.
That was nice. Anyways, the Realtor Action Fund, the RAF, raises money in advance to advance the goals of the Realtor Party. It promotes the advocacy of your rights and values as realtors. Every dollar of this fund is used to protect the realtor interests in government. Your contribution to RAF is not a donation, it is an investment in your business. This year, the Realtor Action Fund Committee is asking every association to increase the donation participation to at least 21% statewide, with a cost of doing business donation of $148 only. We currently are at 33% and would like to get to at least 35%. We are number 3 in our region, 27. Ridgecrest is number 1 with 75%. Mammoth is at 35%. With all the changes in the laws, I encourage you to please donate to at least $149 this year. There are also other levels that you can qualify for regarding your donations. Donations are $20 for the entry level, $49 for the minimum cost of business, $148 for the true cost of business, and $449 for the Silver Bear. You can make payments on the amount you would like to donate, and you have until September 18th, 2020 to do so. Because of RAF, they are allowing us all to stay in business. Can you step up and invest in your business? Any questions, please call Robin at the board office, or if you would like to talk more about it, you can call me. Thank you. My next one is on Home Ownership Housing Committee. We always have a lot to talk about in this committee, and this time was no less. We had a lot to talk about. It had to do a lot with the HOAs. So I'm going to read this. It's a little long, so sorry about this. Our first one, we had 3 action items. The first one was about mandating HOAs maintaining websites. Senator Archuleta will be introducing a measure in 2020 to require HOAs to maintain an internet website if the development consists of 16 or more residential units. Given new election requirements set into place last year by the SB 333, which has placed additional requirements on smaller HOAs who lack the budgetary resources to comply with its provision. Senator Archuleta is seeking to impose this mandate on associations most able to absorb the additional financial costs associated with maintaining an internet website. The author believes exempting smaller associations makes sense given the regulatory requirements related to the management of the multifamily apartment buildings, which requires on-site management at the same unit. The proposed unit threshold is negotiable. However, in apartments, 16 units or more are often used as California law to differentiate small, self-managed, or unique properties, which are less likely to be able to effectively comply with the state mandate. So after lots and lots of talking about 16 units, 30 units, 50 units, 120 units, 500 units, the committee decided that we would go ahead and sponsor legislation to require homeowners associations to maintain an internet website to provide information to its membership if the development consists of 50 units. And we did pass that. They felt that units that are less than 50 really can't afford having a website and doing all that other stuff. So our second action item was also on the same thing, and they wanted to be able to communicate to homeowners electronically instead of by mail, express mail, certified mail, and overnight delivery to save some money. So the existing law permits homeowners to opt into electronic delivery for HOA communications and reports. In conjunction with the measure outlined in the top one that I just talked about of this section, is to mandate HOAs who have obtained a property owner's email's address to deliver documents to that recipient's electronic mail, unless the recipient has revoked their consent to electronic documents in writing or by email. If a recipient has not provided an email address to the association shall continue to deliver documents by first-class mail, postage prepaid, registered or certified mail, express mail, or overnight delivery by an express service carrier. So they want these HOAs who have these big companies who get these emails, they can automatically send it out. You can then opt out if you do not want to have it by an email. This would alleviate some of the cost, and it would make it a little bit easier. So our question was, should C.A.R. sponsor this legislation? And we did pass that. The other thing, let's see here, was the last one, and it has to do with CEQA, which is the California Environmental Quality Act. The bill would, until January 1st, 2029, exempt from environmental review under CEQA emergency shelters, supportive housing, or affordable rental housing for families making up to 80% of the area median income. And so that was what we were voting on, and another debate as to what the percentage of the area median income should be. They had it all the way up to 120%, they had 100%, but to decide that if we're going to get this passed or not, we decided to go with the 80%. So we are going to support that. So that concludes my report. Thank you very much.
This year I'm going to be reporting on tax-based portability intergenerational tax reform. This is a reintroduction of SCA 24, Giuliano's 2018, which was introduced in the closing days of 2017-2018 legislative session. This measure includes the property tax-based portability provision, Proposition 5, generally allowing senior citizen homeowners to transfer their tax property base to a new home regardless of its size, location, price, or number of previous transfers. The measure offsets that tax expenditures through reform to the intergenerational transfer law, namely eliminating transfer of real property without reassessment other than for primary residence, requiring that heirs do have to reside in those homes to get as inherited residents to be able to qualify for those exclusions. Exclusions will be residents at $1 million. And now I would like to report on YPN. Here in Big Bear, we are going to be starting our young, in C.A.R, it's called Young Professional Network. Here we're going to be calling it Your Professional Network. We are going to be doing several great things for the communities through this project. We're going to discuss at our committee meetings. There at C.A.R, they really have it down with the committees and giving back and charities and things that we're going to be cloning for our group here in Big Bear. If you're interested, please give Michelle Kersey a call and get on the committee, or you could be a mentor to mentor a new professional. Thank you. That concludes my report.
Thanks for listening, everyone. That concludes our reports today. If you're ever interested in learning more about volunteer leadership, please contact me. Have a great day.